Okay, so I have prepared where I'm gonna put. I thought about this. I gave this some thought earlier, so I can just reveal where I'm putting people today. But yeah, let's just grab a couple of people to start things off. Who do you guys? Anyone you want me to rank initially? Just out of the pack. Who do you want to get revealed first? Then I'm just gonna start bashing them all in. Squishy, Justin, Rizzo, Jesse's not here. Fruity. Everybody wants to see Fruity. Okay. A lot of people saying Fruity. Okay, I have Fruity at rank A. So it was actually a toss-up. I was deciding whether to put Fruity rank S or A because I think he's the consistent player on his team, which PSG definitely needs because they definitely, I think they definitely lack consistency. They've been reverse swept a lot at LAN. But Fruity's a consistent player, so he could have been like this, but I decided I'm not going to do any half ranks because I think that's weak. Gotta just go full rank. So I've decided to put him at A. But yeah, overall PSG didn't have the best DreamHack Dallas. But Fruity I think was the best. They're probably the best player there, so I'm not giving him too much of a deficit for that. Yeah, I think Fruity's just an A. But remember that I'm making D equivalent to the lowest tier of RLCS player, and S plus is the highest tier of RLCS player. So usually, I mean, if this was just RLCS, if like RLCS best players are S plus and D is like, Grand Champ, then Fruity would be like here. But the scale today is not that wide. That's why I've got Fruity at an A. Right, who else do you guys want? Rizzo. Okay. This one might actually come as a bit of a surprise to you guys, but I have got Rizzo as an S because he is a LAN boy. G2 haven't had the best LAN performances, but I think it's just like, it's just clear now. It's just, I don't think anybody can make an argument that Rizzo is a LAN boy. He seems to always show up at LANs. He's like scoring good goals and in clutch moments. And I think the results are, I think this could be their LAN to actually not bomb out last place. I think G2 are set for success if they just keep playing the way they are. So I've got Rizzo at a S actually, compared to the other players at RLCS. I bet everybody expected me to put him lower, but yeah, I think he's a LAN boy. If this was online, I'd put him probably B, because I think his online performances are not that good, but this is a RLCS LAN, so I've got him much higher. I'm just going to read chat. Gimmick, okay, where is Gimmick? Here he is. Yeah, Gimmick is an S+. He's probably got the best offense in the world. Him or an informed Justin. So Gimmick has to be S+. He's just a monster. Nobody can deal with him. When he's playing well, nobody can deal with him. Nobody can stop him, pretty much. He just scores goals. And when he pops off, Cloud9 win. So it's really important that he pops off. There was a lot of synergy between Gimmick and Torment at DreamHack Dallas, sorry, and they ended up winning that. Gimmick like hard carried against TSM in the losers finals of RLCS last year. Yeah, the guy, he knows how to destroy teams. His defense is, I'd say, pretty weak. If this was like a defensive leaderboard, I'd probably have him at a C. But his offense is so good that he's actually still an S+ player. So I've got him up here. Fairy Peak, somebody asked for Fairy Peak. Okay, Fairy Peak. I have Fairy Peak at same as old Fruity here. I've got Fairy Peak at a C. So before DreamHack Dallas, I think Fairy Peak, I think everybody would have put him as an S+, or an S at the least. But he didn't look, him and Vitality, well, Vitality as a whole, didn't look that great at DreamHack Dallas. So it's like a reality check for Vitality fans. We have to think, how good is Fairy Peak, really? Or C, sorry, I mean A. Yeah, sorry. For some reason I was thinking A, B, C. C is 3, no, A is the third one down. That's what I meant. A. Yeah, I've got him here. But yeah, the other reason for this is that last time that our Fairy Peak was at an RLCS LAN, his team didn't do very well, which was still Vitality. He was in Vitality in Season 5. They didn't do great. So, yeah, that doesn't bode well for him as well. But yeah, I've just got him on a par with Fruity right now in terms of rank. All right, who else? Zen. Okay. The Bluey look-alike. Not really. They just, but kind of in this pic. No, not really. He doesn't really look like Bluey at all. But yeah, Zen from OCE, the Renegades third. I'm really sorry, but debut RLCS LAN didn't look too great at DreamHack Dallas. Lowest player, or lowest on the stats for Renegades regionally as well, so I've got him in the bottom rank here. Sorry, Zen. Hope you guys do well, genuinely. I've got you making the last day, so if you do, then definitely will merit a higher rank, but yeah, for now, gonna put him here. Right. Card. Okay, this is an interesting one. Card, for me, is the best player coming into the LAN from the South American region by quite a long way. The guy's an absolute beast in offense. And yeah, I'm expecting to see him score some pretty crazy goals. And if they do make it through any games at all, it'll be on the back of Card, like, playing insanely well. So I'm going to put Card at a B, because out of the games I've seen him play recently for low-key esports, there are low-key esports, right? It's not just low-key in South America. This is the guy, he's the one to watch for the entire South American region. So looking forward to seeing him play. If you've seen him play on my stream, you'll know that, yeah, he can do some pretty crazy things in the air. So looking forward to that. Torment. Okay, where is Torment? Where is Torment's picture? I can't find it. Here it is. Okay, Torment. Easy S+. Easiest S+ ever. Torment playing really well at DreamHack Dallas. He had a bit of a quiet start to the season online, but I think I care way more about LAN performances. Like, I think Dallas is way more indicative of how players are going to do compared to RLCS league play. So I think Torment's an easy S+ here. He's a beast. I think it was easier for me to put him S+ than it was for Gimmick, because not only, like, Gimmick has weak defense, but Torment he's got pretty solid play all around the field, and he seems to be peaking at the right time. He was the best player for me at DreamHack Dallas, so this was not a difficult decision at all. Fireburner. Okay, Fireburner. I'm just looking at chat, and the first name I see is the one that I'm doing. Here's Fireburner. So let me just check where I wanted to put Fireburner. Yeah, that's where I thought. So I've got Fireburner at a C. Online, he looked like an S, I think. Oh, C. I keep thinking the third row is C. Now I've got him at an A. What am I talking about? A. Sorry, I keep thinking A, B, C from the top, but no, that's not how it goes. It goes S plus S, A. I've got him at an A. Sorry. Because online, I would have had him as an S, but this isn't online, this is LAN, so I have to put him at an A. NRG didn't look themselves at Dallas. I expect them to do better at RLCS. But yeah, Fireburner's had some... he's struggled in the past bringing his online performances to LAN, so that's why I can't put him any higher than an A here. But I do think NRG are going to do a lot better, so I've got him in here. AJ, okay, AJ, we just saw him play on stream. He wasn't able to take the W down against Chronic. Where is he? There he is. I think he looks like a young Kronovi. But yeah, AJ playing for Rogue, the last seed coming out of North America. They didn't have the best DreamHack Dallas, but they nearly beat G2. You know, they beat the Peeps. That's pretty solid. But yeah, I've got to put him down here. It's his debut LAN. I've got him at a B. This is his debut RLCS LAN, I should say. So it's hard for me to put him any higher than a B here, even though he is a mechanical monster. Yeah, he's not... I don't know, he's not been popping off too much recently. The most I saw him pop off was actually in their first series at DreamHack Leipzig in February. That was where I was like, whoa, maybe AJ's going to carry this team. But it turned out that I think Kronovi carried the team a bit more. Jimmer, he's not in this. Chicago, okay. Actually, I see two people saying Bluey back to back, so we'll do Bluey first. Where's Bluey? Bluey. Where is Bluey? I can't find him. Oh my god, there he is. Okay, Bluey. Okay, so Bluey from Barcelona, I have at an A as well. And you know, this is just like becoming a pretty stacked section. But yeah, I've got Bluey at an A here. Because yeah, I think FC Barcelona, they could have maybe lost to EG at DreamHack Dallas because they underestimated them. But yeah, Bluey's got to be careful in this kind of position because we know he's been a bit temperamental in the past. And if that's going to happen, if they get up, if they find themselves 1-0 down or 2-0 down against a team that they think they really should be beating at this LAN, like if they run into a South American team or an OCE team, I think it's Renegades in their group actually, so they probably think that they're supposed to beat Renegades. What if they go down 1-0, 2-0, then suddenly Bluey's not the player you want on your team, I don't think, because he's going to be like really negative there. Hopefully not. I don't want that to be the reason they don't do well. But yeah, I've got Bluey and an A, still very solid, very flashy player. I'm sure he's going to score some impressive goals. But yeah, I think he's just been an A. He's not been carrying the team for this season. Scrub. Okay, now this was a tough one for me to choose, because Scrub looked pretty good online for RLCS. What do you call it? League play. He looked okay for the playoffs. I think a lot of people were calling him the MVP of the league. I think personally Kaydop was a clear MVP of RLCS league play for EU. But yeah, Scrub really dropped the ball at Dallas. He really dropped the ball. I mean, I think Kaydop, FairJame, and Scrub were all underperforming, but Scrub was seriously underperforming. Like, seriously underperforming. So much so, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what happened. Like, I think I heard him say on his stream that he was dehydrated or something, but there must be more to it than that. I don't know. I feel like it might be nerves getting to him. Because it feels like their time where they're supposed to win finally, and he's supposed to get an RLCS championship after people have been talking about him since season 1. So with all that pressure on his shoulders, I have to put him at a B here, because he just didn't look anywhere near the level necessary at DreamHack Dallas, anywhere near. So yeah, I think FairJame and Scrub were definitely second best to Kaydop in league play. I think Kaydop is the best player in that team. And FairJame looked better than Scrub at Dallas. And I'm worried for Scrub at RLCS Worlds. I don't know if he's going to be able to stay composed. So I have to put him at a B here. This is just not what you want in a team environment when you have to just focus on getting those wins. You don't want to have all that pressure on your shoulders. Siki. Okay, Siki is another player coming out of OCE. Alongside Deca and Jules, and yeah, I have not seen him play any LANs at all, but from what I saw in his online play, I'm gonna slot him in here between Card and Zen. Bit of a question mark here, Siki, but yeah, he looks like he's gonna be pretty solid. Playstyle that should, I think, be pretty solid on LAN. But yeah, they're gonna struggle. I think the Siki's team are really gonna struggle to make it into the next day. Chicago. Okay. Where's Chicago? Where is he? Where did he go? Oh, there he is. Okay. Chicago for G2. In league play, I think he was the best player in G2. But going into this RLCS LAN, I have to make him an 8, because he was the weak link at Dallas by a significant margin. And whereas Rizzo for G2 in the past has looked like a LAN boy, he's popped off when it matters, Chicago did not look like he was contributing that much in the matches I saw in Dallas. Maybe there was off-stream matches that I didn't see that he was carrying, but what I saw of him, he needs to step up. He really does, because this is, I think the question mark for me for G2 going into this LAN. Rizzo is a meme. Well, maybe to you, but I think Rizzo played really well at Dallas. I think he played really well at RLCS Season 6, which they came last in. I think Rizzo did great at that LAN. I think he was really great. Chicago was okay at RLCS Season 6, but he could have been better, I think. Well, he could have been in a better team, certainly. Yeah, I think I have to put Chicago at an A right now, because I don't think he's contributing as much as Rizzo at the moment on LAN. Squishy, right? A lot of people are asking for Squishy. Here he is. I've got Squishy at an S. I can't put all of Cloud9 in S+, and right now I think that Torment and Gimmick just pip Squishy for me in terms of effectiveness. Because Torment is, I think, their best player at the moment. Well, he was their best player at Dallas. He was, for me, the MVP. He was the MVP of the grand finals of last LAN. Gimmick was the MVP of the losers finals of last RLCS LAN, and best offense in the world. Squishy's been a bit quiet recently. He's not had to do anything else than being quiet because, you know, Gimmick and Torment had such good synergy at Dallas that it didn't matter. They were just getting assists and goals between them. But yeah, Squishy, he's got the potential to carry. But right now I've got him at an S because his teammates are contributing more than him.
MK replies, no thanks, I'll pass.
I'll pass, hey. I like it, Target. Thanks to the 445. Did I think thanks to Isaac024 for the Prime? I don't think I did, but I appreciate that, man. I'm really sorry for forgetting that one. Ubu, thanks for the 100 bits. Yeah, of course I could be your second dad. Why wouldn't I? Alright. Garrett. Everybody asking for Garrett. Okay, Garrett is an interesting one because there was a lot of talk about Justin at DreamHack Dallas being sick. When it was actually, for me, Garrett who wasn't showing up that well. Now, when a player in a team is sick, that can break the focus of his teammates as well. So I think the energy overall weren't playing like themselves because of that situation. It can really make a big difference in a team environment. And we've all seen in the past what Garrett does at RLCS LANs. The guy is definitely pretty suitable for this environment, so I'm putting him in an S+. Best player to not win an RLCS LAN right here. So he has to go S+ for me. Played great in the regional championships, played great in the league play for NA. Dallas, he didn't look himself, but I don't think NRG were able to play 100% with Justin being sick. Literally vomiting after their last game that they played on stage. So I imagine that probably shook them up a little bit. But yeah, this is also an odd season of RLCS. So obviously NRG are going to do well. They came third at Season 3. They came second at Season 5. Now it's Season 7. Maybe they're going to take the W. But yeah, I've got Garrett up here at S+. He's a beast. Especially at RLCS LANs. He's just always popping off at RLCS. Ronaky. Okay, where is Ronaky? Here he is. Ronaky, I have at S. Right up here beside Squishy. I had him as my top 5 for EU coming out of EU league play, and I think that hasn't changed. They were the only RLCS team coming out of NA and EU that weren't at DreamHack Dallas, so it's a bit more of a question mark on them and how well they're gonna do. But yeah, if all of the the leagues at LAN go the way they're supposed to, go to seeding, I think that Triple Trouble have got a really good bracket for them because I think they're probably wanting to play the EU teams more than anybody else. Well, I think they probably want to play the EU teams more than NA and other regions. That's what I'm saying. Because they've beaten PSG this season, they've beaten Vitality this season already. Barcelona not so much, but they used to beat Barcelona all the time. So yeah, I think they could be having a good LAN. But Ronaky is definitely the man to watch on Triple Trouble. He's an absolute monster. And with Casio not really showing up on that team like as much as we expected, he's had to carry just as hard as he did last season, and every other season he's played in. But yeah, he's a beast. Eddie Cook, thanks for the 14-month tier 1. I really appreciate that. Right, I see a couple of Devos back to back, so let's go ahead and get Devo up here. Well, Devo for me is another A. He's I think pretty much on a level with Bluey in terms of contribution for Barcelona this season. I've got them both in A. Barcelona, I think they're one of the favorites for winning the whole thing, just because they don't have too many obvious weaknesses. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Devo for me, it was difficult to choose between. If I was going to put Bluey and him in different ranks, I had no idea which one to put higher than the other, so I'm just putting them both in A at the same rank. Right, let's see. PJ. Okay, PJ. He's coming in for the second seed South American team. D. That's all I need to say about that one. Sorry, PJ. But hey, I would love to see upsets. It would be fantastic if the South American teams that are brand new to LAN show up and actually take a couple series. Jules. Okay, this I believe is Jules. I'm not even 100% sure if this picture is Jules because I got it from his Twitter account. I think this is him, but maybe he just stuck this as his profile picture as a meme. Jules did play at RLCS before. They did not do very well. He was with it was Tainted Minds at the time, I believe. It is Jules. Okay, thank you. He was playing with I think it was Kami and CJ, and he did not do too well. His team didn't do too well. But yeah, I think that experience combined with him looking pretty strong online, actually. Him and Siki looked quite strong online for Out of Order in qualifying. I think that's why I'm going to put him with his teammate Siki here in C. Because yeah, he's got a little bit of LAN experience. I think Siki was their carry online, but Jules with the LAN experience should be able to contribute around about as much. Tarsos. Okay, Tarsos, speaking of LAN experience, he's got the most out of anyone in OCE. And yeah, I'm going to put Tarsos at a B. Their Renegades didn't have the best DreamHack Dallas. But they are the defending 4th place. I don't think... Do you defend your 4th place? They came 4th place last time. Himself, Kami, and Drippe. So I've got him at a B here. A's already pretty saturated, so I'm just going to slot Tarsos in here at A. Deca. Okay, we're just going to stick with OCE for now. Deca, I think, yeah, both his teammates, Siki and Jules, I've got above him. Siki because he looks like, to me, he looks like their carry at the moment. Jules because he's got the LAN experience. Deca has neither of those, so I'm going to have to put him in D with Zen and PJ. It's difficult to know. These are question marks as well because there's no LAN videos that I've seen, or I've never seen them play on LAN. I think maybe they have played on LAN at like the Gfinity in Australia, but I haven't seen them. Wonder. Okay, Wonder. I have decided. Where is he? Where is Wonder? There he is. Wonder.
Still the best Rocket League
I'm
streamer.
putting in C as well. Because I didn't want to put AJ and Wonder in the same rank. I felt like AJ has done more for Rogue. Not by much, just by a little bit. But yeah, I think there's definitely a difference in what I expect from them out of this LAN. Because Wonder last season for Rogue, he, for me, was their best player. But now with the addition of Kronovi to the team, I think he's taking more of a back seat. So I think he's got potential. Wonder's like one of those dark horse players that I think maybe could just show up and play insanely well. But I don't expect it with Rogue having a pretty difficult group. They've got Renegades and Barcelona. That's pretty tough. So I wouldn't be surprised if Rogue struggle. We'll have to wait and see. Jknaps. Okay, a lot of people are saying Jknaps. I have got Jknaps. If I can find him. There he is. There's Jknaps. I've got Jknaps in S. I think himself and yeah, Rizzo are my S players for G2 coming into this LAN. He's been, I think RLCS season 6 he was underwhelming for me. I think Rizzo was much more impressive in my opinion at RLCS season 6. At DreamHack Dallas, Jknaps was more impressive than Rizzo. For me, so I've got them both around about the same because yeah, Rizzo seems to show up at the clutch moments, and occasionally Jknaps he does have that quality still to show up in the clutch moments and really perform his best, but he's not the same like dominant force that we used to see in North America, so I can't put him at an S+. I have to just put him at S. He's just not had the results or the dominance that we used to see from him. Bonu, thanks for the 7-month Prime. Welcome back, buddy. Much appreciation for that. Right, you guys want to know... Who did I read twice here? Alpha. I'm reading a lot of alphas. Okay. Alpha54 down here, looking like he's falling asleep. S+. Absolute monster. Absolutely ridiculous. Like, the ability to take over a game like no one else other than maybe Justin can do at the moment. So he has to go at S+. Yeah, Alpha from Barcelona. Definitely for me the best player in that team at the moment. Player to watch going into RLCS season 7. The one question mark on him is this is a debut RLCS LAN for him. However, seeing him in his 2 DreamHack appearances doesn't make me too worried about this. So yeah, I've got Alpha all the way up here for those reasons. Right, who else do you want to know? Kronovi. Okay, Kronovi. For me, I thought that the switch to Rogue was going to be good for him and for Rogue. Didn't look like it initially, but it really did turn out to be a very good switch for him. This has brought the best out of Kronovi. I've got him right up here with his former teammates Jknaps and Rizzo, so we've got them back together here in S. Yeah, Kronovi's looked fantastic recently. Online, regionals, DreamHack Dallas. He's got the experience. He's a former world champion. I think that Kronovi's definitely an S player right now, and if Rogue are going to do well, it's going to be through him. I've been impressed with what I've seen from Kronovi recently. There's still like he'll sometimes switch off for a whole game still, but then so do players like Jknaps, who I've got an S, and who else sometimes just completely switches off for a whole game. Yeah, sometimes you get like weird games where people are just on 70 points at the end of the game and you're like, what did he even do for the entire 5 minutes? So I don't really, I'm not too worried if we see one game where a player just disappears. It happens even to the best. Vitality Monster Team, well, not so much at DreamHack Dallas, man. And I'm worried that the pressure is getting to him. That's why I've put him down here, because I think the pressure is really weighing on him and his team. But we'll see. Maybe Vitality will show up and they'll do a lot better than expected, but I would be happy about that. I'd be glad if they do well. So I'm not even mad if I'm wrong. All right, who else do we want to see here? Reppy. Okay, Reppy is another player. PJ and Matix's teammate. Second seed from Brazil. That's all I really have to say about that one. We can't. No evidence to expect anything more than a D level performance from Reppy, but I would love to see it. I would love to see a better performance. But yeah, for now he is in here. Okay, Matix, the teammate of PJ and Reppy. This is the carry of their team, so I'm gonna put him in C above them both. There's PJ, Reppy, and Matix are the team coming in. They're called Ints from South America, and he's definitely their best player in my opinion. He played on my stream once and he didn't look too comfortable, but he's definitely their best player. So he's the one to watch, and that's why I'm gonna put him in C ahead of his two teammates. Chausette. Okay, Chausette. Now, Chausette had a pretty beastly RLCS season 6. He also had a pretty beastly EU season 7 regionals. So, had it not been for a terrible performance from Chausette at DreamHack Dallas, he would have been an easy S+, but because he didn't do that well at DreamHack Dallas, I have to drop him down to an S. He was definitely the weak link for PSG in DreamHack Dallas. I don't know what happened to him, but yeah, he didn't show up, and they need him to show up because that's him going over to North America and not doing well. If that happens again, then PSG are going nowhere. So I've got to put him at S here. Instead of it would have been an easy S+ if he even had an average DreamHack Dallas, because he's been popping off recently, and he did well at last RLCS as well. Hiroli, thanks for the brand new Prime. I appreciate that. Okay, Renan. Renan is teammate of Card and Tander. But yeah, I think we're just going to be, I'm afraid, populating D with South American players, because yeah, they're just, I think it's wrong to predict them to be doing any better than this on their debut season. Maybe they will, which I would be really happy about, but for now, I have to put most of the unknowns at the bottom. So that's where I've got Renan. Tander, since we're doing the teammates, yeah, right beside him. I'm expecting pretty much the same out of PJ, Reppy, Renan, and Tander. They're all South American players, because Matix and Card are the two players to watch for me. So I've got them a bit higher rated. But yeah, that's where I've got most of the South American, the South American players, just because it's their debut RLCS LAN. And yeah, the Tander and Renan were expected to get there. Reppy and PJ were not. They actually got an upset to make it in. Kaydop. Alright, where's Kaydop? There he is. Well, Kaydop, he has already won 2 World Championships. He's made the grand final of 3. So even though Vitality have been looking really, really bad recently, I think he still has to go S+, because he's probably,
if Gimmick kept playing, what tier do you think
probably the
be?
best player in the world if when Vitality are playing well. It's just that simple. And he didn't look awful. Like, I don't think... See, Vitality looked pretty awful as a whole at DreamHack Dallas. But Kaydop, I still think, was probably their best player, even when they're looking awful. So if Scrub can step up, because Scrub was really like the worst I've ever seen him play at DreamHack Dallas. If he can step up, well, some games he was doing well, and Kaydop is at the bottom of the scoreboard, not really contributing. But yeah, if Scrub can step up his consistency, I think that they'll be fine. Fairy was good too. I think Kaydop and Fairy were like this. Kaydop, Fairy Peak. Like Fairy Peak, just a tiny. I think for me, Kaydop was a tiny bit better than Kaydop was a tiny bit better than Ferra at DreamHack Dallas, and then Scrub was like way down. I don't know what happened to Scrub. He was all over the place. That's why I've got Scrub at the bottom. But Fairy Peak had a pretty bad last RLCS LAN. People were talking about him being one of the best players in the world, and he really didn't show that at his last RLCS LAN. So I can't put him any higher than an A for now. Kaydop can't be S+ with Fairy at an A. His 2 consecutive RLCS titles would disagree with you. His 5 consecutive EU Regionals Championships would disagree with that as well. Cheers for 500 bits. The option. If Gambit kept playing, what tier do you think he would be? Hard to say, but I mean, if we look at similar players to Gambit, I mean, Kronovi, Fireburner were around about the same time. You know, I think the best that Gambit could hope to be would be S, A, I guess, and then, you know, maybe being a kind of a player now getting relegated. A lot of those era of players are now just disappearing and getting relegated for the first time. Okay, so we've got Tadpole, we've got Justin, we've got Cami, Cassio, and Ferra left over. So who do we want now? All right, I've seen a couple of Justins. Well, pretty obvious where Justin's going. Come on, even though they had a pretty bad Dallas. Yeah, I've already talked about that when we were discussing Garrett. Justin's obviously an S+. That's easy. Nobody really plays the game like he does right now. Jesse paid Johnny to put Scrub up B. Nah, Scrub just looked that bad, man. And I think I'm worried for Scrub's mentality going into RLCS LAN. There's so much pressure on him. Like, it's not really a fair position for Scrub to be in. Like, we gotta remember, he's been around for so long that people forget he's still like really young. Like, he's got a ton of experience, but he's still really young, and it's hard to deal with this situation. Austin, thanks for the 11-month Twitch Prime. Welcome back. Who do we want next here? Cami. Okay, Cami.
Hey Johnny, we're almost at a full year.
I think he had a cracking LAN last time around.
It's been an easy choice to use my
I think he did really well at RLCS season
Champ 2 recently
6.
And wanted to share with you.
So I'm going to put him in
Cheers,
C.
mate.
Like, Drippe was the best player for Chiefs when they came 4th at RLCS, but Cami was right behind him. I think Tarsos maybe dropped the ball that LAN. But now this season, Tarsos has been the one carrying, so that's why I've got Tarsos and Cami on a par. I think Cami also did okay at DreamHack Dallas, even though overall the results weren't what they wanted. I think Cami's a very solid B in here. Andre F. Diaz, thanks for the 9-month Twitch Prime. Alright, who else do we want here? Ferra. Okay. Ferra, he had a pretty bad RLCS Season 6. He had a mediocre DreamHack Dallas and a mediocre league play. I think for me, he scraped into my top 10 players for EU after this league play. But yeah, he didn't look that good at Dallas, and his last season's RLCS was also weak for him. So yeah, worried about it. Ferra sometimes has a really quiet LAN, so I have to put him at a C here. I just have to. Because somebody has to go down here. Like, there's so many I limited myself to 6 players per tier. So I picked my 6 best, and I picked my 6 next best, then my next 6, then my next 6, and then I hadn't picked Ferra yet. So Ferra's in a C here for me because, yeah, he sometimes goes really quiet at LANs. I don't know why. I think he's more of an online player for me. But you know, although he's quiet on the pitch, he's definitely still a really solid player in comms, and he keeps Chausette, like he keeps Chausette from going bananas. But yeah, that's why I've got to put him all the way down here. It's pretty close middle of the pack though, like BC, very close in my opinion. So it would have been quite easy to switch him up to a B. They're just, you know, I just decided to put it this way. All right, we got 2 players for Triple Trouble left. Nobody wanted to, I think I saw some people asking for them. All right, Tadpole and Cassio. Which one do you think of Triple Trouble is going to be B and which one is C, since I've told you guys that I put 6 in every tier? Alright, most people I think are getting it right. I have got Cassio as C. Haha, debated. It's actually Tadpole in the B, because yeah, I think preseason everybody expected Cassio to be competing with Ronaky for the spotlight on Triple Trouble, but it really hasn't been like that. Cassio's kind of been dropping the ball all season, and somehow they made it into RLCS anyway. But yeah, Tadpole for me, just right beside the Aussies, Scrub and AJ in a B, and Cassio with his French brother at a C, Ferra, right there. But yeah, there. Just wait for Wonder to put on the headphones. Yeah, no, yeah. This is just my list. I have my reasons for putting players where I did. You're allowed to disagree with every single one of my placements, but that's where I decided to put them. I really do hope there will be upsets at this LAN. I talked about this in my other RLCS related video. I really hope that there's upsets because the bracket format's going to be pretty boring for me if just as a neutral spectator, if there aren't any upsets, because it's going to end up as all North American teams on one side and all the EU teams on the other. But the thing that the thing that I really want to see is the South American region doing well, because it would be so sick to be proven wrong. I've got 4 South American players in D here. I would love to be proven wrong there. That would be amazing. And yeah, by the way, a lot of the like other lower players I've got here, Casio, Ferra, Wonder, I really like all of them on their teams. I actually think they're all really good fits for their teams. Scrub as well, I think a great fit for Vitality when he's playing well. Like a lot of the players I put on the bottom half here, I think they're all great fits for their teams. I just want to remind you guys that this is a very dense spread. It looks very spread when you put it out like this graphically, but really the difference in skill between a lot of these players is extremely small. Even though there's different tiers, it is very, very small difference at this level. So yeah, that's my list. What player do you guys think I got the most wrong? Okay, actually, we're gonna ask 2 questions. First of all, what player do you think I overrated the most? Who do you think I overrated the most? Who is too high? Alpha54 lol. You guys think I got Rizzo too high? Okay. I think Rizzo's a LAN boy. This is an RLCS LAN. I think Rizzo did really well RLCS Season 6. I think he did really well at Dallas. I think he had some really, really clutch moments. Like, he's definitely the kind of player I want on my team at an RLCS LAN for G2. But yeah, you guys can argue against it for sure. Okay, who do you think I underrated the most? I think I have... yeah, it's 50-50. I'm not sure who you guys are going to pick for this one. It's 2 players I think you guys are going to pick. Yes, Scrub and Ferra. Yeah, I figured. But yeah, I guess I'm just not paying as much attention to RLCS League play. Like League play matters, but I don't think it matters that much when you go to LAN. Like League play and LAN, or League play like rarely tells the LAN story, if you know what I mean. So Ferra having a pretty okay League play this season doesn't, I think, translate to LAN. I think his lackluster performance the last RLCS Season 6 is more indicative of how well he's going to do. So Ferra was the best at DreamHack Dallas. I would say Fruity was the best player for PSG at DreamHack Dallas, and then Ferra was somewhere in the middle, and then Chausette was... I don't know what Chausette was doing. He was like... Him and Scrub were both all over the place at Dallas. Kaydop deserves his own rank. I think, honestly, if anybody deserves their own rank right now, it would probably be Torment. Probably. Like, Kaydop, on paper, yes, he's got the most achievements out of everyone at this LAN. But I think Torment has made a bigger difference. Justin, well, I mean, Justin could, but... Yeah, Justin, you know, he's got the potential to be in his own rank as well.